All right, welcome back. It is absolutely gorgeous up here in Cruise at flight level 370. About 25 miles from our descent into Juneau. So let's go ahead and jump in the cockpit. We'll go through our descent flows. So seatbelt, no smoking signs on. 2700 is the approach altitude, or the platform altitude for our approach. We have baro set 1880 both sides. We have a local altimeter armed, which is 2988. We're doing an auto brakes 3 landing. That's flaps 25 at 148 knots on the RNAV 8 approach into Juneau. We have local CTAF armed. Let's go ahead and arm the spoiler. Spoiler is armed. And radar is facing down. TCAS is set to below. And then the only other thing we want to do, let's just do a quick briefing. So you can't go direct because you have the terrain there. So you're either going to come here, chill, or SAR. So we're going to take SAR. We'll come here and make our turn. And we do have an offset on the approach. So just be aware of that. And at that point, so basically from 0.22 miles out, we're visual. So, all right, sit back, relax, enjoy the descent. We'll be on the ground shortly here. And total flight time so far has been 49 minutes. We're looking at about an hour and 10 until wheels down. Take a look at this weather. Obviously, we have some very heavy cloud cover. Arrival. So 0907, yeah. Scattered. So we're going to get scattered 3500, broken at 600. So it's not going to be the clearest of approaches, but should be good. Yeah, we'll be good. Alright, as you can see, we're getting close to entering in the airspace. Or not the airspace, we're getting close to entering in the cloud deck, is what I meant to say. For the descent here. We'll take a look at the temperature. We may be turning on engine anti-ice as we go through there, because we are up in the Great White North, Alaska. So it's cold, especially up at this altitude. You can see if we go to plan mode here, and just a smidge, connecting there with, what's that called? Sisters Island VOR. And then we'll be headed to Nimli. Agimi is where the approach starts. You can see it's quite the offset, so, and that's why it's telling you, hey, from 2.2 nautical miles, start the manual approach and fly visual. This is going to be a blast. I love flying into Juneau. And then we'll exit left, probably most likely on Echo. Not most likely, definitely on Echo. We're not going to make Delta. We'll come down here, and we are parking right here in spot 14, which is the air cargo area. And we just crossed crossed into local altimeter, so we got that set. Let's go ahead and double check it. We want to make sure we're very precise since we're running a VNAV approach. And refresh. So 2988, 2988. Okay. Cloud deck feels like it's getting lower. I keep descending and the cloud deck keeps getting lower. So maybe this may be interesting. This should be fun. It's you always get, seems like you always get a low cloud deck, especially like in Juneau where you got the bay that's coming in there. So you got, like, if you look here, coming in right over a bay into Juneau. So pretty common to have the cloud deck and fog rolling off of that. Now the departure out of Juneau is crazy because you got mountains basically right here, so it's cool. You gotta get some altitude and get turned around. Oh. And we'll get set up. I want to make sure that we're set up and configured. Not super early, but like by the time we hit that approach, I want to be pretty well configured. So probably just gear down in some flaps by the time we get there. I'll tell you what, there's nothing like this. This is such a gorgeous aircraft. So I'm thinking my next round of cargo ops are probably going to be Emirates. And I have an idea that I might actually. So, one of my favorite channels to watch is Just Planes on YouTube. And there's a captain, I believe her name's Captain Ellen. She's super, super cool. Um, and they've done a lot of flights with her. And so I'm thinking about like recreating the captain. Uh, I think her name's, it's either Ellen or Helen. And I feel bad that I'm not getting it right. But recreating her flights she flies the 777 freighter, and so I'd recreate all of those flights from Just Plane, which I think would be super cool. Super nerdy of me, but that's okay. If you're watching me fly these planes, you're a nerd too, so that's okay, and we'll nerd out together. All right. Okay, so go ahead and pop these, and we'll turn on the logo light simply because we're probably going to have some heavy clouds, so more light the better. And man, this is going to be a fun approach. See, this is the difference. If you watched my 767-400 ER videos from Flight Factor, I, that plane has zero. Like, I have not touched the speed brake this entire time, and we're on pitch, on power. Everything is perfectly set up the way it should be. Whereas in that plane, that's how I'm like, man, I really want Flight Factor to rework it because that's not the quality of work that they're about. Like, they do amazing work, and it's just like that plane. It's got upgraded and they made it work in X-Plane 12, but they haven't like really given it a good scrub and made it like amazing. here we go. Let's go legs. And we're going to turn on GTAF. Okay, temperature's good. I'll take the speed right after that decel point. Dude, look at this. My God. Every time I fly up in Alaska, man, I'm just like, why do I not fly up here more and more and more? Okay, we're going to go speed intervent. Okay, approach is armed. Flaps 1. 190. Flaps 2. Applying that extra drag. Okay, we have final approach course. And the glide path will be coming down here in just a second. There's a runway directly out in front of us. Okay, here comes the glide path. Flaps 10. There's the glide path.
$2,500.
Go gear down in just a second here. And 148. Okay, gear down.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. About 2.2 miles out. See if we can land the plane here.
$400. $300.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway.
200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Beautiful. Reversers. Reversers green and diesel. And Juneau traffic, Alaska 7005, clear of runway 08, taxiing to the ramp by Foxtrot. Juneau traffic. That approach right there is one of the reasons I love flying into Juneau. There's one up in Mexico that I love to do too, by the way. You're down in Mexico, I can't remember which one it is. Turn that off. Just now starting to get dark. I don't know. I think it's the time of year in Alaska where it doesn't get dark though. Like it never, well, it gets darker, but it never gets completely dark. Marshaller. Parking brake is set. Set chocks. Cross ground power. Okay. Okay. I always forget to shut that cockpit door on the cargo variant. Probably because it's not as big of a deal. I don't really care about it. Okay. Off. Have to leave the hydraulics on. Anti-collision light off. Okay. Reset. Reset. And let's go GSX. And gonna reset that. Hour and 27 minutes end to end. All right, welcome to Juneau, Alaska. That was a blast. I will see you guys on the flip. Next time we're flying out of here and heading home to Anchorage. And the next rotation after heading back to Anchorage will be, oh God, where's it at in Alaska? I'll tell you. Sitka is where we'll be going. All right, see you on the flip. See you.